What's happening, tubes? Coming to you recording on a brand new Galaxy S7 Edge, and excuse me, but the gnats and flies are terrible out here because it's hot and humid and potentially thunderstorm coming. But rather than looking at my ugly face, we're going to see if we can put this Cub Cadet HDS 2155 back together again, and I'm going to take you guys along for the ride. So let's get started. So here we have it set up. It's been cleaned, well, cleaned at rather. I'm not going to attempt to use the pressure washer on it again right now. Not until I have the other kit of, where did I put them? Right here. Of these guys. These are what I ordered. The guy only had one set, and he had to order these too, but it was on one set is on back order, and these are the ones that actually showed up. So with that being said, unfortunately that's just how she goes. So we're going to see if we can slap this thing back together, and I guess we're going to try to set you guys up somewhere so you can see down in there, and hopefully all will work fine. So we'll look into that here in a few. Well, unfortunately that's about the best that I can get you guys in there. If it was a GoPro I might be able to get a little bit closer, but unfortunately I don't have one. So that being said, you just have to do the best you can with what you got. Okay. Let's these, and I'm going to need these right here. And I'm going to need this guy here. Now let's see how much trouble this is going to give me. And I'm going to try to do the front first where it's messed up at, the way I can focus on getting it in, and then being able to line the back up, the back of the drive shaft, and go from there. I'm hoping that it's not going to be too painstaking and all is going to work well. These little blue barrels there, they're something. They actually look like little blue barrels. Let's back and show you guys what they look like up close. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. I do not see what exactly it's supposed to. Yeah, I'm not seeing how that's going to stay put. Just to be sure. Let's see if I remember how this thing went in there. Like so. Interesting. So there's really no way to move it out like that. I might be able to squeeze my big hand in there to get it in, but I don't know. The wiring harness is in the way on this side, and there's no room on that side really either. Should have known it was going to fall. And, you know, I've looked everywhere to try to figure out how to do this, and there's no video nowhere on YouTube that I found that shows you how to do it. And even if you get them all in, they're just going to fall. So it's really, really, really odd. Let's see here. Is there, without taking this plastic shield that's on the dashboard, I guess is what they would call it, without taking it off, there's really no way to get the shaft itself out in one piece without taking it off. And that's without breaking anything too, which I may end up having to do somehow. I don't know. Like I said, this is new to me. It would be nice if they were made to just go in all at one time and sit in said spot. But it's not like you can just bolt that piece up and put them in. It wouldn't work that way. And they didn't say anything about no glue or anything. Which would help. Okay. So I don't run this video completely too long or whatever. I'm gonna stop it for a minute and see if I can come up with something. So I didn't have no assembly lube, but before we get to the reason of needing that, the only way to get this drive shaft out is by taking the dashboard, you know, loose, taking these two bolts out that's on this side, on the other side, popping the steering wheel off, and then the shaft came out. Now, on to this. I didn't have any assembly lube, so I had to use some anti-seize. And as you see, I've got them in, and it was really aggravating. Just as this side apparently must have had some sort of a grease on it, and it's got a little bit of dirt in it now, but it shouldn't matter because it's not a bearing. It's more so just a dampener. But we've got it back together now, so I guess we can I'm gonna get the shaft itself back in and get the dashboard back together and the steering wheel back on, and then we'll go from there, because that's pretty much what you have to do in order to get it out, and there's no need for me to film all that. So anyway, alrighty, now we've got all that back in, we can proceed to put the front half of the drive shaft back in and carry on. Now, let's see, how did I do this last time? Well, it is really freaking hot in here. I gotta turn this fan in a minute or something. I don't know, depending on where you guys are from and your climate may be different than ours down here, but I live on the East Coast, sort of towards the south, North Carolina to be exact, and it is freaking humid. It's been humid. Come on. I can't tell if it's going in there or not. Is that what she said? Obviously it's not, so I could just manipulate it to move ever so. To get one started, it'll be alright. I think we just got it there. I think. I hope. I think so. Alright. Now simultaneously I'm going to put one in the rear. That way I can turn the shaft all on one time. So you guys won't be able to see that. But it's pretty much the same process as the front. The only difference is that you've got a fan, the transmission cooler fan, and a nut that goes on the back side. With the fan. I mean, I'm pretty sure I know why they did that, so you have something to hold on to. Now, I'm also pretty sure that these bolts may have had some little bit of maybe a drop of Loctite on them or something, but unfortunately I don't have them. Need to get some. See if I can find a wrench to fit that. I've got an 11 that's missing somewhere. Huh, interesting. I don't know if I hung it up here on the board or not. And it looks like that. Not a big deal. I think I remember it being an 11. Yes, it is an 11. The rear is an 11mm. I'm assuming that the front is the same. Get this one tightened up here, and then we'll go back to the front and tighten that one up. And like I said, once I get one in the front and one in the rear, I'll be a lot happier. I may have told you guys a fib. The nut looks to be like it's a 12, and the bolt is an 11. Apologize for that. So while we're on the topic of things, what about It ain't got nothing to do with this. But what do you guys think about this whole presidential election stuff? And how do you guys feel about Hillary and Hillary being potentially back in office, and old Donald Trump? I like Donald. Many people don't. And you know, the thing about it is just he well, I mean, it's just how he is, you know. Donald's character. What can we say? If you care to share your thoughts, please do so. See if we can get a second one lined up here in the front. Well, feels like it's trying to go. Not quite. Is that it? Maybe? You know what? I've got a ratchet and wrench. Those come in handy. But I don't have one freaking 11. I think that's the reason why I didn't use it the first time, I believe. Yeah, because the 12 was just way too big. Damn it. Oh, well. It is what it is, right? You know what, though? I may be able to get it a ratchet in there. Maybe. Try to help speed things up just a little bit. And by the way, I'm not biased to any particular brand of tool. I've got several here and at work. Freight, gear wrench, Craftsman. Gave a co-worker who had just started working there with us. I gave him a whole bunch of my extra stuff that I really didn't need anymore. And you know, people can be really so inconsiderate about stuff too, you know. You give them stuff and you tell them, hey, you know, if there's anything you don't need out of this, thinking that they were going to go through what I gave them and keep what they liked and discard it or give away like I did what they didn't need. No. He hadn't even gone through the damn bucket. And I'm like, man, that kind of sucks. So we're going to rotate this baby. It shall rotate. Oh, she don't want to rotate. Okay, there we go. Got two in and got two more to go in the front. And get them all tightened up and then move to the back and get the rest of those. I'm gonna have to go get some assistance to help me get the body on. But I'm not gonna, I may or may not film that, I don't know. Okay, nope. Trying to put it in the wrong hole. That definitely may be what she said. Or maybe what he said. You never know these days. Oh, I hate that. One snugs up on you and then you think you got it to the point where you can start ratcheting it and it just wants to start spinning. It's all good. It's all good. I really don't know what kind of foot pounds these things are supposed to be, and being that that piece is aluminum, I'm not gonna crank down on it too hard. I do not want to crack it, because apparently you can't buy it separately, or at least not that I've seen anyway, without maybe getting one from someone who's got a lawnmower junkyard or rebuilds them or whatever. But as far as the dashboard on this, it has 2 screws, or 2 bolts on each side, and the steering wheel had, obviously, when you pop the cap off, it's got a nut and a washer underneath it. Just make sure your wheels are straight when you put the steering wheel back on. But of course, if you don't get it quite right, you can always pop it back off and try again. Oh, come on. Oh, we're starting to spin the motor over now. So I can find a, what is that, a 15, 17? I can't remember. I think it's 17, maybe 16. 17 fits. And you put your wrench on the front of the clutch assembly, or PTO drive, and just snug them up. And you take that wrench and rotate your engine that way you can get to the next one. Snug. Pop the wrench off. You know what? Maybe it is a 16. That one's starting to slip a little bit. We do not want rounded bolts. No way, man. Oh yeah, that one fits a lot better. Last one. Okay. that's that as far as those are concerned. Like I said, I'm not going to film the rear section. But as far as me tightening up the drive shaft, because I mean, let me see if I can pan you guys around here. Oh, what the hell, we'll go ahead and do it anyway. It's 11, 12, I believe. Let's go ahead and slap these other bad boys in here. Must not be quite lined up exactly right here. So I may have to actually undo that one I put on. Flies out here terrible too. I think I already said that. You gotta be right there. Yeah, there we go. Where's that one? There's that one. And there's that one. Get all these nuts on. This is definitely been a job. That is for sure. Tighten the bad boys up here. Okay, there's that one. think about it, that engine sure does have some compression. Thing's tough to turn over. Oh, 15 horse. I can only imagine what 20 and up or so would be. Wow. Could not imagine. Yeah, you talking about going back talking about that election deal or whatever though. I don't get the whole deal with Bernie Sanders. Him talking about how he wants to give stuff away for free and coming up with all this money. That I just don't see where it would be coming from other than taxpayers' pocket. I think we pay out enough, you know what I mean? If anything, we need some of it back. This country is in terrible shape. Right. One more to go. Right there. Then, as far as old Hillary, well, she's got a bunch of shit on her right now. I don't think we really need to talk too much about Hillary, but I just do not foresee her being a good president. Sure, it would be the first woman president, but I mean, come on. Nobody else out there that was a woman wanted to run or could run. Alright. Woo! Put a working on your back too. You can best believe that one. Everything else from there is pretty much all downhill. Slap the steering wheel box cover thing back on. Like so. And I think I'm going to go grab a bite to eat and then come back out here, and I'll maybe go ahead and put the body back on and go from there. Alright, well, we've got the body back on. I have added me some new bolts to go here and here because on both sides you've got two apiece and all four of mine were rusted. And you've got this one here and then that one over there that also helps hold the body on. I haven't tightened all of them down yet, but just wanted to show you guys that's what holds the body on one of the 2000 series. 6 bolts and the whole body right there lifts right off. The only other thing you'll have to worry about if you have to take one off is the wiring harness that goes to the seat for the safety keel or whatever. But mine was already cut and I didn't have to worry about that. But anyhow, that is that. We're going to, I've got these mats laid out here I'm going to lay on to get the body tightened up, get the deck back on, put the sides back on, and we'll do we'll come back when I've got it started and see how it runs as far as driving. I mean, I know it runs, but we'll see if it's going to be okay. Check back in a little bit. Well, there we go. We've got her just about all back together now. Well, I ain't gonna say just about. It is all back together. Got the side panels on, got the pedals on, got the deck on, the body on, drive shafts back in. It has been a job. Now, let me tell you guys this real quick while we're talking about stuff. The pedals right here, the brake pedal must go on before the hydrostatic pedal, because if you put the hydrostatic pedal on then try to put the brake on, it'll actually block the hole so the bolt can't go in. So just be cautious of that. So I'm going to set this thing down here. So we can see if she works. Oh. 841 hours she's got on her. Let's see. Brake, choke, throttle up out the other way, key on. I would say that's a success. She's old, but she does the job. Anyhow, the job is done. All is well. I'm hot and sweaty and stinky and dirty and you name it. I don't remember quite the time that I started on it. I'll have to check back, but I think, and that was with me stopping and starting. But you imagine how much it would have costed to have taken it to the dealership per se and having them fix it. Probably saved myself a pile of cash. I can only imagine it would have been maybe 300 bucks or more, but I don't know. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Try to help people who don't have the confidence to do stuff because they're scared to get their hands dirty, or scared that they're going to mess something up. And in reality, that's not the case. You can do it. Just got to set your mind to it. You guys have a good one. We'll catch you later.